Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man. Today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.
What's good? Back in the building. Back in the building. Y'all remember hit that like button and that subscribe button. We ain't got to talk about that all the time, right? We don't have to talk about that all the time, man. But unfortunately, I got to say that because sometimes people can't remember. Now, y'all know when I come with solid, concrete news you can use, right? Solid, concrete news you can use. Y'all already know I always talk about voluntary ignorance, right? And it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. Don't be the one to get caught up in voluntary ignorance, man. What do I mean by that? Doing senseless things that's going to cost you expensive time. Expensive time in a time machine to where life goes on without you. Many men have got caught up in this machine, and I'm guilty of getting caught in that machine. 25 years I was here in a time machine. Why? Due to the fact of voluntary ignorance. Crimes that were committed by me that I didn't have to do. But when you know better, you do better. Once again, when you know better, you do better. Unfortunately, some people in life never want to know better or do better. They much rather take things or try to take things that don't belong to them. I firmly believe the doctors say take medicine and anything else is hazardous to your health. Anything else is hazardous to your health. In other words, if you break the law, you stand a chance of walking these hallways. These are the hallways to what they call justice. Some men are there falsely accused. Some men are there because they need to be there. It is some dangerous men and women walk amongst us every day. What better place to send them? They can't stay in society because they're too dangerous. How do I know that? I once was one of those people. I was a dangerous man to society. But I understood accountability is the only thing that's going to change a man. He or she has to be held accountable for their actions. And when you break the law, it says you have to go to prison. And sometimes it takes a substantial amount of time for a man to get his shit together. They say 4 years of college kind of guarantees a man's success, right? Kind of guarantees a man's success. It don't mean he or she gonna make it. But I will say this: a lifetime ass whooping would change a lot about a man. Would change a lot about a man. And in life, that's what a lot of people need. Some people need to go to prison. And if you ask me, I call it a reset, but some people need to be reset because prison saves lives. Whether you believe it or not, it can save the person's life and it can save society's life. And I'm going somewhere with this. So stay tapped in. I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here long because I understand people time, or should I say people attention span is shorter than a match stem. Shorter than a match stem. But this is a message for the people that don't understand, man. Patience is what's going to get you to the next level. Patience is what's going to get you to the next level. Rome wasn't built overnight. In other words, what I'm saying, you cannot keep taking and taking and taking and taking and taking and think you're going to keep getting away. The world is not designed like that. You can't do that. But who am I to say that? A man that just did 25 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. But what I do is this. I bring 110 to the screen every time I come. Whether you accept it or whether you reject it, you're going to respect it. How many of y'all familiar with Gwinnett County? Three black young men unalived a man in Gwinnett County at a QT, all behind a car. Man had a whole life to live, and so did they. These brothers were young. They traded it all in, all because they want to be a part of something that had an expiration date. I keep trying to tell y'all, life will give you what you ask for. In other words, what I'm saying, man, if you put out negative energy, you'll get it back. And it'll come time you have to right your wrong. What it means you giving your life up. Remember what I said, Gwinnett County, 3 young men, unalived, another man of color. This is America. This is America, man. But every time the opposite race unalives a black man, it's a march. But when a black man unalives another black man, you just go to court and get a great substantial amount of time. And that's it. But nobody marches. Nobody marches. I'm talking specifically to Black America. I'm talking specifically to Black America. Wake up, man. You have to wake up. Because you will be held accountable for your actions, man. When y'all gonna wake up? Like I said, man, I'm not gonna be here long. But when I come here, I'm coming here for a reason and a purpose. Wake up. Because if not, you're gonna be in the same place that these three guys are. Expensive pain, I like to call it. And this is what they'll be doing for the rest of their life. Check this out.
Count one. Excuse me. Count one, which is felony murder. Predicate act is aggravated assault. I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Count two, which is violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count one. Count three, violation of Street Gang and Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count two. Count 10, hijacking motor vehicle. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count three.
Look at the body language. It haven't hit him yet. The judge just said you got life without parole. It hasn't hit home yet that he'll never ever be free again. This is a young man that's in his 20s. Voluntary ignorance lead to this right here. Life sentence without parole. Why? They want to participate in what they call gang.
Count 11, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 10. Count 12, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 11. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. I sentence you to 5 years consecutive to count 12. Count 14, violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 13. Count 15, which is a violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 14. Mr. Collins, you have now been convicted of 15 felonies, but sentenced to 9 because 6 of them, by operation of law, either merge into the others or are vacated. I need to inform you, you have the right to seek post-judgment relief from your felony convictions by either filing a direct appeal to a higher appellate court or to file a motion for new trial. You have 30 days from the date I sign your sentence, which should be today or tomorrow, to file a motion for new trial to any or all of the felony charges. Mr. Clegg, are you going to file a motion for new trial and a notice of appeal?
I will file a motion for new trial within the next day or so, Your Honor. It will be a bare bones motion, as you well know. I would ask you to then appoint appellate counsel
Certainly.
on Mr. Collins' behalf so that he may preserve all of his possible remedies for appeal.
Certainly. Mr. Collins, you also have 4 years from the date your sentence is final to file a habeas corpus petition. And as Mr. Clegg requested, I will be appointing you an appellate lawyer. Your appellate attorney will explain these processes, but I wanted you to be aware of the timeframes. Anything else, Mr. Clegg?
No, Your Honor, nothing else.
Okay, Mr. Collins can go with the deputies.
Hope y'all happy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Voluntary ignorance is serious, man. On the way out the court, after proceedings over with, he turned around to the victim's family and said, I hope y'all happy. You unalive these people's son. You are responsible for this reaction. Only to turn around and say, I hope y'all happy. This is the culture we living in. This is the culture we living in. This is the Black America that we living in. Come so far, but yet still behind. Got a long way to go, but a short way to get there. Like I said, voluntary ignorance is serious. This man has just been given a life sentence without parole. It hasn't hit him yet until he's in that cell and reality sets in that he's never gonna see the outside again. This is a man that's 20-some years old. He will never see daylight again. Life sentence without parole. It's a dark world that's about to enter his life. Trust me, I know. I did one. And there's nothing life about getting life. It's expensive pain. It's expensive pain. For people who don't understand where I'm coming from, that's why I call it expensive pain. Because the time you spend in this hallway, it could have been the time that you spent free with the people that mean so much to you. But that's neither here nor there. When you trade it in for voluntary ignorance, this is what you get. A life sentence without parole at the age of 20-something. I can't make this up. This is why I tell you all the time. My story of the life sentence that I was given can't help people like this. The only place can help him is where he's going. It's the only place can help him, man. Y'all do me a favor. Remember to hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. And understand one thing. Expensive pain is for real. And in this case, nobody wins, man. Everybody lost this fight. But what you just witnessed is a man that still haven't took accountability for his actions. This man went to QT to do like everybody else does, and they unalive him for his car. We got a long way to go as people. And some say we got a short time to get there. But he got a long way to go and a long time to get there. I remember hit that like button, that subscribe button, man. Salute.
Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.